Welcome to another podcast by Denise, your host of Denise's Dialogue. Any questions or comments about today's podcast, please email her at denisesdialogue@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Denise's Dialogue. My name is Denise, and I am here with Morpheus Black. We're here today to talk about
exotic vacations,
going on vacations, booking vacations, the whole process.
the whole shebang. Now, when you decide to go on vacation, when you decide to go on vacation, you're going to decide where you want to go. Most people decide what they want to see, and how they going,
what type of environment they want to be in,
and how they going to get there.
whether it's a cruise or an island or whatever.
Yes. So we're going to go over a few. The first thing is a little gem that a lot of people don't know about. We found out later when we've been traveling for 25 years now.
Yes.
Okay. We found out later is something called TSA pre-check. And what that is when you go to the airport, you go to the kiosk, you put in your credit card or your passport, and you get your flight ticket, the ticket for the plane that you booked. You get your airfare, your air ticket. What is it called? Boarding pass.
Boarding pass.
You get your boarding pass out of the kiosk. So then you walk up, you're in line, you give your bag to the people that's collecting the bags, and you go, I know in Philly, you go up the steps to where the gates are located.
Okay. First, let us know where we would get the TSA pre-check.
That's what I was about to get into.
Okay.
So now once you get up that step, you're in a line, and you're in a line like prisoners. There's TSA in a blue shirt standing around. Take off your shoes. Take off your belt. You just entered a freaking federal prison when you walk into that airport.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we're going to help you not feel like you're in that federal prison. Or if you still feel like you're in that federal prison, you're going to be like, I snitched, so they're not treating me the same. They let me go right through the protected custody. That's what you're going to that's what you're going to feel like.
Oh, wow.
So what you're going to do is you're going to go online to the TSA's website and find out how to get pre-checked in your city. When we got pre-checked, we made an appointment. They called us back, told us what time to be there. We went down there. We took our passport, driver's license, filled out some paperwork, and submitted everything. And what they do is they do a background check on you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, if you have friends who are shady, especially if they're known by law enforcement and you're known as an associate,
some type of criminal element,
I wouldn't even do it. And if you know one of the people that stormed the Capitol, I wouldn't do it because all the ads are going to be on the no-fly list. Trust me.
Oh, definitely.
So you wait. We waited maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but my buddy Craig and his wife just got back. Theirs back in 3 days, but he's a SWAT officer from one of the southern states.
Also, because he's an officer already, all of his documents and
are there.
Everything is already in there.
Yeah, he's an officer of the law. So anyway, so now you get this check back. This thing, they give you a TTV number, safe traveler number, we call it. And when you get your airfare, you put that safe traveler number in there, and it comes up that you're pre-checked. So when you go to the airport, everybody there knows you're pre-checked. So you're not standing in line, taking off your socks, taking off your shoes, and none of that other stuff because you're pre-checked already.
So the TSA number, the pre-check number, will be on your airline ticket.
Yes. It'll be when you book in your app or the airline's website. It'll be there. But when you get your boarding pass from the airline, all it just says pre-check, and then you go through a shortened line. And you'll be amazed at the number of people go running up to that line thinking they're getting in.
Like, yeah, they're getting in that short line. I'm going over there too.
And especially in the days of the Karens and Kens that we're going through right now, I love it when they run up there and especially when they get turned away and they look back, look dead at us and we walk through.
That was Shadow.
Yeah. And so anyway, so now you have this pre-check line. So when you get to the airport, once they know you're pre-checked, they know you are a safe flyer, friendly to the country. You don't have to take off your shoes. You don't have to take off your jacket. You don't even have to take your iPads and tablets out of your suitcase. You can leave them in there the way they are, and you get through a whole lot quicker.
Yes, less invasive, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely. Because before we got it, I used to be one of the people that got randomly chosen to search. I've had my hands swabbed for bomb making fluid. I had been x-rayed. I had people look at my bag and went back and forth. I had a box of, they call it black card board games. Usually some type of board games for adults. Not nothing freaky nasty, but just something kids wouldn't play with adults because of the language and the wording in it.
I thought that was strange that they checked that box.
They flagged that box at 2 different airports, and I don't know whether it's lined with something, but they flagged it. I don't know. But
maybe they think there's something in it or something, maybe.
could be the way it's shaped.
Yeah.
But and like I said, that prepaid, that pre-check, should I say, that pre-check goes a long way.
Yeah.
So now, that's you getting through the airport. So now you decide to, we're going to do 2. One, you're going to an island to chill out. The other one, you're going to take a cruise. So now you decide you want to go to an island. And I'm going to tell you about our experiences when we went to Cozumel, Mexico. Now
That was great.
we rented a house in Cozumel, Mexico. The site is called, I don't know what it's called now. This is years ago, but it was called El Cozumelino when we went.
The house was La Miranda.
Yes, La Miranda.
It was a nice house.
So anyway, we get on the plane. We fly down to Cozumel. Get off the plane. We pick up a Jeep. Standard, stick shift.
Renegade.
Yes. And the first thing they said, do you want insurance? You don't have to have it if you don't want it. Now back then, we were into saving money on vacation, so we was going to deny it, but the guy was like, no, you don't want to deny it, because if you get in an accident, you go to jail here. Your family got to feed you. So you don't want to be in jail here, because guess what? You get locked up, you get a week, your family might come and bring food every day.
Yeah, you screwed.
Yeah, because they actually live off the bread and water systems there still to this day. That's why your ass don't want to go to jail in Mexico.
Definitely not.
Yeah, and the guy explained it. Your family got to feed you. Can you imagine doing something stupid and going to jail for 5 years?
In a foreign country.
No. Let's say they had those laws here. You go to jail for 5 years, but your family got to feed you. So you get bread and water every day.
There'd be less people in jail.
There'd be a whole lot less people in jail, because all the little thuggish people out there hollering, I've heard somebody mention family ain't shit.
Yeah.
Blood is bond, whatever it is called. But yeah.
That nonsense.
But the thing they realize, you go to jail, all that little family you had on the street ain't there for you. So anyway, we're on this island, and one thing we found out also was that on the island of Cozumel is if you want the authentic Mexican food on the island of Cozumel, you gotta leave the tourist area. And with our travels, we found that that's all the time. You gotta leave the tourist area if you want the real food on those islands.
Oh, we did go to that restaurant. I think we had two Jeeps. That's when the boys went with us, right?
Yeah, we gave them the white Jeep and we took the bigger one, I think.
Yeah. And we had to go. It's basically you go on this one road and you go all the way around
The island.
the island, and it was on the other side of the island.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like in some hood or anything like that.
Actually, the restaurant was right on the beach.
Yeah, it was pretty
I
decent
mean,
actually.
they had some of the most delicious fish.
Yes.
We had salad. We had rice that day. We had shrimp. Did we have shrimp? I think we had shrimp.
Yeah, we had that huge platter.
Yeah, it was a
It was
very,
big enough for all of us to share.
very huge platter for a decent price.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you got to leave the tourist area when you go visit these islands. And I don't mean like go to Jamaica and walk out of the resort area, because we've been to Jamaica and all the resorts are kind of caged in.
Yeah, because the stuff going on outside the cage,
yeah.
you don't want to be a part of it.
You mess around in Jamaica and walk out of the resort, you'll be in, as Chris Rock called it, stabbing Jamaica.
Yeah.
But Jamaica was nice too while we were there.
Yeah.
But that's for something else another day. But when you go to these islands, try to speak the local language. I don't speak Spanish, but I guarantee you, if I would have spent a week on an island, I would have picked up enough to have a small conversation with people.
Yeah, most of the people there, they were pretty nice, the ones that we ran across.
Yeah.
But the house was everything.
Yeah, that house is nice. Okay. Now, let's move on. Your next vacation.
A cruise.
A cruise.
I love
Now,
cruising.
anytime you fly, the TSA segment is always going to come into play, because to get out of the United States, you're going to have to fly. Especially where we live outside of Philly, you're going to have to fly. So always remember that TSA, and it will pay for itself the first time you use it, when you realize you don't got to stand in that long line.
Yeah.
So now, let's talk cruises. So now,
what's the first thing we doing when we going on a cruise?
well, the first thing when we cruising is we use Carnival Cruise Lines. And to make a long story short, the reason we use them, because they don't nickel and dime you.
Yeah.
I've heard of people going on cruises where they say lunch wasn't provided or dinner wasn't provided.
Yeah, you have to pay for everything separate.
When Carnival Cruise Line says all inclusive, they mean all inclusive except for alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol and like the specialty restaurants, stuff like that.
I think the reason alcohol is not, because all inclusive means all inclusive for everybody. So I think they want to make sure that people don't give their kids alcohol, or kids get out there, especially 18-year-olds, think they're in international waters, and it's okay for them to get alcohol. But
other than that,
hold on, wait a minute. Cut that right there. Okay, we picking up. All right, so we use Carnival because they don't nickel and dime you. And when I say nickel and dime you, is some cruises you go on is breakfast is not included or dinner's not included. Most of them, they don't include lunch.
Yeah, you have to pay for everything separately.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Carnival does have a lot of specialty restaurants. If you don't want, it was offered on the Lido deck or at the buffets. They do have specialty restaurants, but when they say all inclusive, they mean all inclusive. Everything's included and all inclusive except for the alcohol.
Except for the alcohol.
And I think that got a lot to do with the money they make by selling alcohol, and the fact that all inclusive means all inclusive for everybody, even children.
I don't think they. Yeah, I think you have to pay for sodas also.
You
get juice, tea, stuff like that.
Juice, tea, water, and they got a bubbly program if you want. So it's basically, outside of your regular nourishment, you're not going to be trying to sue a cruise line saying, "Hey, they made me fat by giving me soda." No,
yeah. I think a lot of people get the soda programs for their children.
Yeah, and that's why.
They can drink soda all day.
And speaking of children, they got little camps you can take your kids to.
Yes.
You can drop them off as free during the day. I think from 8 o'clock to midnight is a small fee.
I think it's
maybe
10.
Yeah,
I think it's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
If you need a babysitter, they would have somebody babysit your kids, but you have to pay for that.
Yeah, but like I said, it's a small fee to the point where if you do that, you'll probably give up more in a tip than you would for the actual service.
Yeah, it'll be worth it if you want to hang out and somebody watch the kids for you.
Yeah. So anyway, so now going with Carnival. So what you're going to do, you're going to go online. You're going to decide where you want to go, how long you want to stay, and when you want to go. And now once you have all that figured out, you got to you're going to have to leave a deposit. It could be anywhere thing from $50 to $200 per person as a deposit. And then 3 months before the boat sails, you got to have it paid off. And when you book that, you're going to tell them whether you want early dining, which is 6 o'clock, or late dining, which is 8:30. And
Yeah, we usually do 6, so we don't want to go to bed full, and you still get to hang out and go to shows and whatnot.
and plus a lot of their shows, we get to see a lot of their shows too when we do that.
Yeah, they usually start about
Yeah.
8:30, 9 o'clock, something
Yeah.
like that.
Now, roughly around a little bit, I'll say, like we said, the last payments due 90 days for the boat sales, right? Ship sales.
Mm-hmm.
A month before that 90-day mark, so at 120 days, there's something going to pop up called Faster to the Fun. A lot of people like to get it. A lot of people don't like to get it. So what that is you buy that. Only one person in the cabin got to get it, and it covers the whole cabin. It gives you priority boarding, priority debarkation when you're getting off the ship, and what else it gives you?
When you want to get off the ship for an excursion,
Yeah, you go first.
you go first.
Yes,
So you don't have to stand in the long line with the other people. You get to go before them.
and also when you get on the ship, you're guaranteed to have your room ready. I don't know if that's changed since COVID, because this June will be our first trip taken since COVID started, because
Yeah.
everything shut down. But your room is normally ready. Now, if
So
you
we're
got
not going to need it this year, are we?
no,
Since we're going to
no.
be platinum.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
that's what I'm getting into next. If you have enough cruises, you will status classify as platinum. And what platinum gets you is, once you hit 69 cruising days, what platinum gets you is they'll wash your clothes. You get invited to a cocktail party, and cocktail parties is all that.
Yep, and they have free food, free drinks.
Yes, free drinks.
Meet
And
and greet, stuff like that.
Now, this is the thing that my sister Chris and my other sister Benita don't like. When you have that fast to the fun, but we're platinum. When you have platinum, you get to the pier. The guy standing there's 2 guys, security most likely. Guest this way, faster to the fun, platinum this way. So now that's where we're going to separate at.
Mm-hmm.
So they gotta go that way, and we're gonna go the other way. So what's going to happen is we go in the building, show them our platinum status. We go, and usually they will put us up in a room with other people who has that status, platinum, faster to the fun, and silver and diamond, platinum, diamond, faster to the fun people. Faster to the fun people, ones who bark their way into the club.
Yeah.
Platinum people like us belong there, and the diamond people definitely belong there.
Yeah.
So now we're in here waiting. Now while that's going on, the other people, the regular people, are going through another line. So again, they're in that long line, going through the thing, going to the security booth, and they're thinking like, "Damn, my TSA pre-check ain't gonna work here." Nope, it's not.
No, the
It's
TSA
not.
have nothing to do with that.
So now you're in that line. You get up there, you move up, you get to the thing. Hi, welcome aboard. Let's take your picture. Now go sit your ass down.
Yeah, they take your picture.
They actually, if you want to bill your account, it's
put
cash
money
or
on
credit.
your credit. Yeah.
And the reason they do that is because when you get on these cruise ships, it's a cashless society.
Yeah, you carry a card, like a little credit card.
Yeah, you
that
carry that
use for
card,
everything.
and it's considered your sign and sell card.
Yeah.
Now the good thing about it, it doesn't have your room number on it, so you don't got to worry about nobody coming, you losing it, somebody coming to your room.
They used to do that years ago.
Yeah, but they
Have
stopped
their
that.
room number on it. Yeah.
And the other thing too, when they swipe it, it shows your picture on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 types of protection there. So now you're sitting there going, I wonder what's going on. And
I wonder what they doing.
and you hear loading zone 1. Zone 1 may board. And you're looking around like, what the fuck is zone 1? I know Christina's head gonna be like a swivel. And Benita gonna be looking back and forth. So zone 1 is the diamond people. It's only like maybe 2 or 3 of them on every cruise.
Yeah, they're like really, really old people.
Yeah,
They've been
really old.
cruising since
Yeah.
they were 12.
Yeah. So then zone 2, but they don't say zone 1 or zone 2. They say now boarding our platinum guests.
Platinum.
Yeah. Usually when they say they boarding the platinum guests, sometimes they say faster to the fun. Depends on how many people they have in the faster to the fun group. They might say
Yeah.
faster to fun.
Yeah.
So now you get up and you're walking and you're upstairs You're walking across this walkway, and you see down into this room like it's like 30 feet down. You might have your hand on your brow going, what's that down there? And you see Christina down there just mad.
Why does this sound like an exaggeration?
And Benita looking at you, right? So now you're walking like, and they looking at you. And I know my sister. She probably said, they're motherfuckers.
Yeah, she'll probably flip you the bird and everything.
Yeah, she will. She be in the middle of that room with two hands up in the air. So now you're walking across. You go across the gangway. Sometimes it might take you up 3 flights. You walk up the stairs before you get to the ship. Depends on how the tide is and how, where the ship sits next to the building. So you get to the main deck. You walk in. You stick your card in the machine that shows you have now boarded. So when you get there, there's 2 people going to be there. One is going to be somebody selling these. They call them lanyards. So you can put your card in, your sign and sale card in.
You should get that.
The other one is going to be a bartender with the drink of the day. So we always, either we get both of those or we get the drink. So you get the drink and you make your way up to the Lido deck.
Which is usually on the 9th floor. I'm not sure what it's going to be this year.
Yeah.
Because we're in a bigger cruise ship.
Yeah, we're going on the Mardi Gras.
I'm not sure what it's going to be.
So now you make your way up to the Lido deck and you hear the DJ playing. You look around like.
That's when you know you're on vacation.
No, you're on vacation. And then you sniff. And you go, this Guy Burger.
Guy Burger.
This Guy Burger. You get yourself a Guy Burger. Slop all those toppings on there. Half the shit you ain't probably supposed to eat anyway, but you're on vacation.
You're on vacation. You do what you want to do on vacation.
So then, right, you go and you find a table, eat your burger, and you're enjoying it. And you're drinking your drink. I don't try not to get them because I don't like a lot of sweet drinks.
I love them.
You drink your drinks, and while you're sitting there eating your burger, you feel cold. It's a shadow over you. And you look back and Christina's standing there, drooling out the mouth. What are you eating? What are you eating? I haven't eaten all day. And Benita just sitting there looking at you, giving you the eye. She take her glasses off. She give you the stink eye with the beady eyes, right? So now she looking at you. And they like, one band, one sound. One band, one sound. And
whatever does that mean?
That means we all stick together.
Oh, now we're sticking together.
Yeah, we all stick together. So now I'm like, all right, one band, one sound. You move, I move. You move, you move. I move, you move. Just like that, like Ludacris said, right? So now we're there. Christina feels better now. She had some nourishment. And Benita got some nourishment. So they're both happy now. We're both happy. So now the vacation officially kicks in. So now you didn't went to your cabin.
You can go off the rails. I swear.
That wasn't off the rails.
A little bit.
No. So anyway, so now you didn't been to your cabin. You didn't took pictures. You go up on deck and the boat blows the horn saying, "Hey, we're about to depart."
It's usually around 4:30.
4:35. Then there's a muster drill. It used to be you grab the life vest out of your cabin, the life preserver, the flotation device, and you go stand in the breezeway, and they got to count everybody. They got to make sure all the count they got matches the number of people that came on the ship.
Yeah, because sometimes people try to hide, so they don't have to be bothered with it. But
James actually tried to hide in the shower, and Greg told on him.
They won't move until everybody's counted.
Yes, everybody got to be counted, so don't try to hide.
Just go and do it and get it over with.
But they made it a little better this time. The last cruise we went on, we was able to sit in the cafeteria, so you're not standing there for all that time.
That's a lot.
And they do the count. But they always make sure the passenger count match up, because if they know they got the right number of passengers before they leave the port inside the United States, they know if they get down to an island, they know how many passengers they need to have.
Mm-hmm. Somebody might try to stow away or something.
Stow away. Or if somebody's missing, there's always, it never happened to us, but there is always, when you look at anything about cruises on TV, there's always some damn passenger.
Always.
The boat waiting around for them, and they come running at the last minute.
Which is ridiculous, because they usually blow the horn.
4 times.
About an hour, 45 minutes before it's time to go. So they got plenty of time to get back, but No, it's like they're gonna wait for me.
Yeah, they don't pay
I'm not
attention.
driving that.
So no, I would leave them.
Absolutely.
I would leave them.
Yeah, bye.
So now you're on the ship. Like I said, your sign and sell card is cash for everything. Even when you go in the casino now, you can use the sign and sell card to play at the slot machines.
Yeah.
So you're probably your second day out, they're going to put all the tips onto your sign and sell account. Some people take them off, other people leave them on, other people take them off and just leave straight cash.
What is usually like $11, $12 per person
per person per
night
day
or something?
Yeah. And that isn't bad considering the fact that the room steward cleans that filthy room of yours up. If you leave plates, bowls, clothes on the floor,
some people are just nasty.
They clean it up. If you get in that cabin, you see it on the first day, you throw all your shit on the floor and you come back and he didn't been in there, your clothes are probably going to be folded sitting on the bed.
Yeah, they put your clothes
They clean it up.
away,
So
your bathroom,
do not
your nasty ass.
Do not skimp on the cruise on the tip for those guys because they do a hell of a job.
Yeah,
and let me tell you something else they do. It's their job. I don't know if they're trained for it or what, but when that ship drops people off in Florida that morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock, well, no, but they get back between 6 and 8. When they get all the people off, by the time they get the last passenger off, hour later, new people coming on.
Yeah.
So the ship's in constant rotation. So that room steward, he's probably going to work all week and have a little bit of time off. They remember your name.
Yeah.
With all the constant rotation of people on the ship, they remember your name. I mean, I've seen our cabin steward inside restaurants. He knows my name.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen them everywhere. And they don't just take care of your cabin. They might be a waiter in one of the restaurants.
Yep.
Like I said, these guys remember your name.
Yeah. It's like on the nights when they be dancing on the table and you look up and see your steward. Like, what the heck?
Yep.
He up on the table swinging a napkin around dancing.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
So if you've never been on a cruise before, you need to take one. Don't knock it till you tried it. We got people to say, "Oh, if we were meant to be in the water, God would have gave us fish gills." There's always some stupid
or something like, "Oh, that's too much water to
yeah,
drink."
It's too much water.
To drink the water.
It's
like
you get people to say, "Oh, I have anxiety." What you have anxiety for? You sleep in a bedroom that's probably the size of a closet. So you be on a cruise, not anxiety. And you get on the ship, unless there's a full storm, you won't even know you're on the ship.
I don't like when we're on a storm.
I can't tell you the number of people that got down to get ready to board the ship and didn't know they would get on the ship. They thought they were walking into a hotel, a building.
Yeah, because it's so big.
Yes, it's so big.
You could always tell the new people when they first get on the cruise because they're looking up and around, that and ah.
See, that might be us when we get on Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it'd probably be me because I'm fascinated by everything.
Yeah. We can look at all that while we wait for Christine and them to come. So.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So like you said, and when you get off the ship, right? That Fastitude of Fun, the Platinum status comes into play because you'll be the first to get off at any island. And when you get off, please carry your ID and your sign and sale card because you're going to need both of those to get back on the ship.
Yep, and don't owe them no money.
No,
they will be calling your name.
Yeah, at the end of the cruise, they will call you. They will call you, and don't go to another country and do nothing stupid. Because we remember one time we got back to Florida and Customs got on the boat and arrested this guy. I don't know whether he was already in the jail on the boat or the what do they call that when you're in jail on the boat?
Jail on the boat.
The
brig. Ain't it the brig?
Okay.
The brig or something.
But Customs got on, and and the same thing. We were down in Jamaica one time. Now Jamaica is the weed capital of the world. It's legalized to smoke there. So, I mean, my nephew was offered to come into a tent because he's a little bigger when he was a kid. So my sister wasn't offended by it when they said it, but he was offered to come to. They told him if you're going to smoke weed, come in the tent, not out on the open beach. So they were respecting people's privacy. So the people who were smoking didn't have to have people who wasn't smoking looking at them.
Yeah,
and vice versa. So, but when we left that beach to get back on the ship, they had this guy standing on the pier. stripped down to his drawers where he had tried to bring weed back on the ship and they caught him. So now your dumb ass going to jail in Jamaica.
Yep.
And
stupid.
And the thing is, once you get on that pier, I don't know who owns the pier, but usually you're on the soil of whatever owns. Let's say that the boat was registered in the U.S. If that pier belongs to Carnival, that's an American pier.
Yeah.
So now you done left the island of Jamaica and stepped on an American pier with weed. So you transport it internationally.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't, you took 2 steps and you're on somebody else's soil.
But
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't get it.
The thing I don't understand is why you can sit on the beach and smoke weed. You can walk around Jamaica and smoke weed.
But you want to bring it back to the boat.
Why are you trying to bring it back? What are you going to do with it once you get it there?
Nothing. You can't smoke it on the boat because people going to smell it.
And you can't get it off the boat because there's dogs all over the place. It's like, what's wrong with everybody?
And I guarantee you,
people are so ignorant sometimes.
The guy who they stripped down to his drawers on that pier, he was one of them. He would be on them 3-day cruises.
Yeah.
And what 3-day cruises is you can either pay your rent for the month or you jump on a cruise boat and take that late payment.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be on a cruise with some of the people we ran across on a 3-day cruise. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. You want to take a 5 to 7 because the knuckleheads who can afford them 3-day cruises, they can't afford the 5 to 7 day cruise. So if you want to have a nice time, get yourself on a 5 to 7 day.
Yeah. But I don't know. But anyway.
So now that's your cruise. In the middle of the airport and the cruise, what we always do, we always go down the day before, stay in a hotel room.
Yeah.
And we always pick a hotel that's going to pick us up from the airport and take us to the cruise line. And usually they're either charge $5 or $10 a head, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And make sure when you book your airfare, make sure you book it late enough so that you have time to leave from the cruise.
Yes.
To get to the airport.
Yes.
Because the airplane is not going to wait for you either.
So what we do when we fly out from home, we fly like 5-6 in the morning. Because we don't want to waste a day sitting at home for our vacation. But on the way back, coming off a cruise boat, we always go from like 12, 1, 2. Because that way, if anything happens,
we still got time.
We'll still be at the airport by 10 o'clock no matter what. Some people say, oh, I got to, you pick a 9 o'clock flight, the boat don't get back till 7. You didn't miss your flight, especially if something happens where.
But the boat get back at 7. Customs. But once the, what's those people?
Customs got to clear the boat.
Customs people, it's like 8:30.
Yeah, so you're not gonna make it.
Now you screwed because you still got to go to the airport and check in and.
Yeah, so it's not worth it. Not even your TSA pre-check can save your ass if you do go with that style and go that way with it.
No, so at least book your flight out for.
Yeah,
at least 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, your return flight. Yeah, I'll always push for 12. That way I don't have to be rushing around nowhere. And you also got to take into consideration also. Let's say your boat comes back into Orlando, but your flight is out of Miami.
Yeah.
You got to take that into consideration also, or vice versa.
No,
your boat comes back to Miami, and you got to go to Orlando.
We had to do that before.
Yes, but we always know how to properly stage our time.
Yeah. We went to Miami to Fort Lauderdale, was it? We had to catch the train?
Yes. So anyway, with that is, book your cruise. Enjoy your vacation. Take some sunscreen.
Enjoy your vacation. Enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life, because guess what? You can't take it with you when you die.
Nope.
And if I ain't flying, I'm not on vacation. So anyway,
that was a great talk.
Oh yeah.
At some point we will be talking about other vacations because we go someplace at least every year, every other
sometimes
year,
twice a year.
So we're always somewhere doing something.
Oh, and definitely, follow us. We are just set up this whole podcast thing, and
I know
the company we use has us on every podcast server imaginable, from Apple to Google to Amazon to TuneIn. It's out there.
So at this point, like he said, we are new and we are going to be making some mistakes. So hang with us. We'll get it together.
We're not gonna make mistakes.
Well,
If I make,
I will make a mistake.
yeah, she'll make. If I make mistakes, I don't make mistakes when we do these podcasts or when we do J&J videos. I don't make mistakes. Anything I say on our platform is how I feel.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Anyway, any comments? Feel free to email
me at denisesdialogue@gmail.com if you have any comments or suggestions